Well, hey there, welcome to day 13 of our free Get Up and Go Challenge, our free 30-day month of August 2021 Get Up and Go Challenge. Today is one of my favorite days. I shouldn't say that, but it is. We are talking about the A in our SOAP framework. We've done the S, we've done the O. Today we're talking about the A. Tomorrow, of course, we'll talk about the P with respect to our physical well-being. That's the PA. I like the physical because PS, PO, PA, they all stand for something. I guess PP too. Anyway, today we're going to talk about something called the urine analysis. And the A in the SOAP framework, of course, stands for action. Now, we can think, we can hope, we can pray, we can wish, we can manifest, we can meditate about, we can do all kinds of research and planning and mapping out of anything. And we did that yesterday when we brainstormed, right? We brainstormed our list. I actually got 20 different things on my list. How many ever you got? We shared 3 for a specific reason. But we're going to put those through what I affectionately call the urine analysis. And the reason I like the name and the reason this is fun for me is because it's easy to remember. A lot of different decision making and option selection or analyzing alternative systems are really, really complicated and really hard to remember. There's lots of different frameworks. I will share at least 4, probably more, throughout the course of this particular challenge. And our first one will be urine analysis. It's a little bit more complicated, and it's for tougher choices and tougher decisions and a deeper analysis than some of the other decision-making tools I'll share with you. But it's important that we have several of these at our fingertips, because one of the hardest things for us to do as humans is literally to make a decision, to make a choice. And once we make that decision, everything falls in place. But it's all the struggle and challenges leading up to the decision that can slow us down and freeze us in our tracks. And if we're procrastinating, if we're just planning and organizing, and again, all those things I said, thinking, hoping, praying, nothing happens, right? We don't get any results in our life, in any area of our life, until we actually take some action. A is for action. We have to do something. We have to move. And it's kind of appropriate that for physical well-being, I chose movement as my area to focus on. So what is this urine analysis and how do we use it? And what does it have to do with our options that we came up with yesterday? The reason I had you share 3 is because we're going to run your 3 and you're going to run your 3 for your homework assignment today through the urine analysis. I'm going to run my 3, probably verbally, through the urine analysis with you right now to give you an example if I have time on my timer. And then we're going to share in the comments below what action, one action we're committed to taking ASAP, meaning right away. I believe that through vast trial and error and experience and of myself and literally tens of thousands of other people, the faster we take action after we make a decision or a choice, the more likely we are to follow through on and continue forward and create what we want in our life. The faster we take action once we've made a decision or choice, it reinforces that decision and that choice for us. So how do we take action fast? Well, we can't take action until we decide what we want to take action on. So yesterday I came with a list of like 20 things, and the 3 I shared, I definitely need a magnifying glass for this. The 3 I shared were do a new exercise program to get me moving, so on the days that it's raining I have no excuse. Do weights, figure out how to and learn how to do weight work. And number 3 was get a personal trainer. Now, those are all very different options. So how do you analyze something when your possible options or solutions are so different? And if you look at my crazy list of 20 things, which I should have done 100, but I only did 20 because I've done this before, I had things like, you know, go to a spa, hire a personal assistant, personal trainer that follows me around and does and keeps me moving all the time, things like that, crazy ideas. But we want to analyze the ones that we're most likely to take action on. Why? Because we want to get quick results. If we get a result in any area or aspect of our life, we're more likely to take the next action and do the next thing to move us toward what we want. So what's the urine analysis? The urine analysis is, and urine stands for urgent, resources, important, necessary, and E stands for either energy or effort, whichever one works best for you or you can remember best. Now, I like to take and assign a numeric value to each of these things, since each thing is so different. So when I ask myself, well, is it urgent that I start a new exercise program on 1, 2, or 3? Since I'm doing 3 things, I'm going to number 1, 2, and 3. So what one is most urgent of those 3 choices? Is it a new exercise program, weights, or a personal assistant? Well, really none of them are super urgent, but let's say I'm going to add some urgency. I'm going to say, and I'm going to have to write this down or I won't remember, that the weights one would be, I'm going to give that a, and I'm going to put them in priority order for me. You can either do them in priority order, or you can give them weighted numbers so that the one that's most important to you is the highest number, and then when you add up, the highest number tells you what you're going to do. You can do it that way. So I'm going to ask myself, is this urgent? 1, 2, or 3? So I'm going to give personal trainer and I'm going to do the weighted way so I can add and show you that way. So I'm going to do 1 for personal trainer because that's not urgent. Weights or, new exercise program, those are about the same, but I'm going to give 2 to weights because I really don't like weights that much. And then I'm going to give 3 to a new exercise program because that is the most important, and I want to get that the weighted, so we can take the weighted average and figure it out. Okay, then the next question I'm going to ask myself is, what resources are required, or what resources are necessary for me to take action in this area? Well, to do a new exercise program, that's not going to take any resources at all, right? So we'll give that. And weights, I have some weights, but not enough. I'd probably have to go buy some, so I really don't have the resources to do that. I definitely don't have the know-how or the knowledge of how to do anything with weights, so that would require, a bigger learning curve for me. And then a personal trainer, I think, would probably be expensive. I'd have to research and find one because I don't really know any personal trainers right now. So I'm going to give resources a 3, meaning that it's the least amount of resources required for me to do the new exercise program. I'm going to give the personal trainer a 1 again because I think that's going to be the hardest to do, and then 2 again for the weights. Now, I'm going to ask myself, is it important? Is it important that I do any of these things? That I get a new exercise program, do a weights program, or do a personal trainer? Is it important? Well, for my health, it's pretty important. But of the 3, I guess they would actually fall into the same category, 3, 2, 1. And then, is it necessary? Is the thing that I'm looking at or thinking about doing, is this option even necessary for me to do? Well, I'm going to say it's not really necessary for me to do any of them, but it's probably kind of necessary. So I'm going to give them each I'm going to give, again, I'm doing the 3, 2, 1 method, so I'm going to do the same category. So what's going to happen is we're already seeing what option makes the most sense for me, right? Energy and effort. So this is maybe a simpler thing, and we wouldn't need such a complicated decision-making process for it, but it teaches you how to apply it both in simple situations and in complicated situations. So 3, 2, 1 again. So if I add these up, I've got 5, 10, and 15. So I would go with the new exercise program as my selection. So go ahead and try this today. Any questions, hit me up. We are running out of time, but remember the urine analysis when you're trying to make a decision. Take action on something today. Just decide one thing you're going to take action on. Share that in the comments below. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.